You are tuned in to Kids
In the Pit.
So
Yeah.
I gotta get this out before I start.
Yes. I'm glad you got that out first.
Yeah. I would have been like, hey guys, it's Gabe.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start now.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm joined by Becky and Nat from the Iron Roses. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. So you both live I don't know, really close to me. I'm in Middletown, Delaware. What town do each of you live in?
We both live in Elkton, Maryland. We live 3 houses away from each other.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean that's
So-
like maybe 20 minutes at the most from us.
Yeah.
I used to work at the Amazon Center in Middletown, so
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, I see
and
that.
I used to drive.
Like 5 minutes. Yeah, we drive past that place a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, you can both answer like all these questions.
Okay.
So,
3 houses away from each other in
Yes.
Elkton, Maryland.
yeah,
You can repeat.
yeah. So, what genre would you call the Iron Roses?
Hmm. I mean, I guess we usually just go under the umbrella of punk, but there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's melodic punk, but there's ska and reggae and hip hop and even a little bit of hardcore and metal in there. Like it just, but overall, I mean, an umbrella term for it would be punk. If you get too much into subgenres, people get lost.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
better to just be like, oh, whatever. Like,
Yeah, I've heard like a little Iron Roses, and it's really good.
thank you.
So what do you each do in the Iron Roses?
We're both vocalists.
Yeah.
We share lead vocals.
Front people.
Front
We front
duo.
people the band.
Do you guys play instruments or sing, or just sing?
We just sing and dance
Yep.
a lot.
Nice.
Before we became the Iron Roses, I was doing this as sort of a solo thing, and I played guitar and sang. But I honestly hate playing guitar.
I hate you playing guitar.
It's awful.
You look like
I
you're
pay
in
too much
prison.
attention to it, and I can't pay attention to singing. So it's
Yeah.
much better.
I sing and play guitar in a band called World of Chaos.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like crossover thrash metal.
Oh, that's great. Like DRI?
Yeah.
No,
Thrash is like probably one of my favorite genres. It's just fun.
yeah. It's a wonderful genre because it's all like skateboarding and fun.
Mhm.
Like old DRI and corrosion of conformity and stuff like that was what I grew up on.
So do do one of you primarily write the lyrics, or is it both of you?
We write together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sit down. Usually it'll be just an idea of some sort, and then we'll get together and work through that idea to create
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Nice. What year did your band start, and were you both always in the band?
Mm.
So, like Nat said, the Iron Roses itself was born kind of out of Nat's solo work. When Nat was doing solo stuff, I was singing backing vocals on their albums.
Yeah.
So, as far as like from the walking forward of the solo project, the two of us have both come out of that. But the Iron Roses, as it is now, is really only like, I would say late, like around this time, 2022, is when we kind of became what we are now. And then a year ago next month is when we put our first album out together. So we're still relatively new in terms of that. I mean, we've only written one album together as the Iron Roses with this band. So
And we're only like a year old for real. Like, I mean, sure, there were a lot of incarnations to get here, but it wasn't until that last album that we really became what we are now. So
yeah.
Nat, I know you sing in Voice That's Fire. Becky, have you sung in any other bands?
I have, but not anything that anybody would know. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, so a lot of the stuff that I did was like kind of backing and just being a piece that would get up for kind of like I did for Nat solo albums. Like I would just offer like backing vocals on albums for a few different bands locally out there in the early 2000s. But I took a long break, I guess, from music. And so when Nat pulled me into their solo stuff in like 2016-ish, something like that, that's kind of when I started back. Yeah.
Yep. Nat, Boys and Fire had some shows this like past weekend. How were those shows?
They were great. It's we're doing the 30th anniversary run, and it's my last hurrah with the band before I make the Iron Roses my main priority moving forward. So it's cool. It's very freeing, and it's a lot of fun to just get up there and do those old songs and see how they, have touched people over the decades.
Nice. Do you think Boys and Fire will have another singer after you?
Uh, I don't know, but I don't think so. We have actually talked about it. Like once I told them that I was leaving. I'm fine with it if they did. But we talked about it, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't know. We don't really know what we're gonna do, so we'll see." You know what I mean? You never really know what's gonna happen, but as of right now, there are no real plans for that.
Yep. I know recently Wisdom and Chains got a new singer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. It's
There's
the guy.
that can be very successful with getting new members and even singers and stuff. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
Yeah. I mean,
whatever they end up doing, I wish all of them the best. They're still friends of mine, and I hope it all goes well.
yeah. You're the Knife from Delaware. I assume you know them because they're like a state over.
Oh yeah. They had a horrible accident, didn't they?
They're playing shows.
Yeah, that
Really?
they're fine. Like they were in the hospital for like a year.
Singer. Yeah.
Their singer, Maddie.
Oh,
But yeah, they're
back.
Yeah,
what?
They're back.
Yeah, they're back now.
good. I'm
But
glad
they're
good.
Yep. But their original singer, he's not in the band anymore because Maddie was originally on bass and now she's on vocals.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Kill.
So there's
Oh, yeah.
there's
Kill
there's
switch.
a
Yeah.
there's like a bunch of bands that have had different singers. Shai Hulud, they've had like 40 million different
Good
singers.
point. Yeah.
Matt watched this. He's gonna be mad at you.
Is he?
Maybe.
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant there's been a bunch.
Yeah.
We love you, Matt.
Yep. What song would you recommend someone not familiar with the band to look up? And do you each have a favorite Iron Roses song?
Yes. I mean, the easiest song for someone to listen to and understand what we're doing is Screaming for a Change. It's why we released it as the first single, because it has everything that we do in that song. It takes you on a bit of a journey of what we sound like and what we do. I would say my favorite song, though, I'm not even sure if it's my favorite on the album as much as it's my favorite to play live, is Hearts of Fire, which that's probably my favorite one to play live. A lot of the reggae stuff that we do, I just really love the groove of it, and it's a lot of fun. So Hearts of Fire.
Yeah, you literally stole mine. I was thinking for the same reason, because live, like our live show is very, very energetic.
Yeah.
It's like barely any stops,
full, a lot of dancing, a lot of
dancing.
jumping around, a lot of craziness.
So when we get to Hearts of Fire in the set, it's our quote unquote slow song.
Yeah.
So there's just a different groove, and it's cool to like kind of just vibe with it a little bit and see the audience like take that kind of journey physically, where they're just kind of moving in like a wave. There's something I really love about that. But jerk, stole it.
Sorry.
So, what was your first punk, metal, or hardcore show, and how old were you?
Oh, okay. So mine was Black Flag. It was their last tour before they first broke up in the 80s. And I was in 8th grade. And I remember it scaring the living crap out of me. I was really excited. A friend had given me a Black Flag tape back when tapes were a thing. And they invited me to go to a show because it was Black Flag's last tour. And I snuck out of the house. Don't listen to this. Don't do that. I snuck out of the house and it was pure chaos. There were bottles flying everywhere. Henry Rollins was the singer. He had this long, like Manson hair and beard and these little shorts, and like it was just insane. And I remember being in 8th grade and it just scaring the crap out of me and me going back home and like, I don't know if I can do punk. That's not. And but that was my first show, and apparently it stuck. But
Yeah.
that was terrible.
Yeah. Becky, what was yours?
So I come from a very different musical background than Nat or even a lot of our other band members, where I grew up not in punk and hardcore. Like I didn't even really get into those spaces until I was in my 20s. So like I would go to like a lot of folk concerts or musicals. Like I'm a big theater person. I didn't start going to like hardcore shows even until like again the early 2000s, and it like was like Poison the Well days, like very early. Every time like that type of stuff is where kind of I started.
Mine was Bad Religion when I was 9, but it was with my mom and dad.
Yeah.
So
all day.
That's one of my favorite bands. I love Bad Religion.
I'm not sure if I would I don't think it'd be really possible to sneak out to get to Florida.
Yeah, no, that's a bit of a hike.
Yeah.
Your mom's right now, don't you dare.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think she would just come. I think oh, you're going to a show? Let me come with.
Yeah. You guys
drive you there.
Yeah.
We'll sneak out together.
Yeah.
So, what's a band that the Iron Roses have played with that you're proud to say you've played with?
Well, we just got back from playing shows with Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
That was pretty
That
cool.
was incredible.
You guys were touring with Dead Kennedys?
We played 2 shows with them in Atlanta and in Pensacola, Florida.
Was that last week?
That's cool because do you know the band Vulture Raid? They're from Philly.
I heard that name. I don't know them, but I've heard that name.
So their singer, I'm friends with him because I met him at Camp Punksylvania. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. He like does sound for a bunch of bands, and he was in Atlanta working for the Dead Kennedys.
Oh, well, he might.
I think he was probably in Florida too. Oscar Caps the 4th, I think.
Oscar?
Yeah, Oscar.
Was that like his first time running sound with them? Because I think
maybe with Dead Kennedys, but definitely not his first time running sound.
I know
he was like on tour with Circle Jerks and Descendants, but then he did that and came back to Circle Jerks and Descendants.
Gotcha.
I think he was just working Circle Jerks, not Descendants, but on that tour.
Yeah, it was just a couple weeks ago.
That's crazy. He might have been there then.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was really cool to play with absolute legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a really diverse crowd, which I was shocked. Like right before the first show in Atlanta, I got really in my head. Like right before we got on the stage, I'm like, these people are gonna hate us. We're just like we're dancey and we're very melodic. But when we stepped out there, like there were very young people, very not young people, and
first crowd.
Yes, very queer people. Very it was just like a really cool, unexpected thing, I guess, for me to see that many types of people in one room. Yeah, it was really cool.
I'm like 90% sure it was him working that show because he said he was going to Atlanta tomorrow. Like when we were a few weeks ago, we were at one of the shows and I said hi to him, and he said tomorrow I'll be in Atlanta with the Dead Kennedys. So I feel like it kind of had to be
the show we played. Yeah.
Nice. So what's your favorite place you've toured in the whole world?
The whole world? Cologne was great.
Yeah.
What was that last show though? The last show we did at Skaters Palace. Munster?
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite because it was just very energetic and fun.
Yeah.
I'd say Munster.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was probably my
Where's
favorite.
Is that in Germany?
Yeah.
Okay. I was pretty sure.
The end of our last European tour, and it was just I don't know. It sticks in my head as just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the footage from our video for Soldier of Fortune is from that show.
Yeah.
Nice. So, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Oh wait, no, I forgot to ask you.
Oh, me?
The world.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking because like I think like playing shows in Europe is so different than playing shows in the US, but
Yeah.
like there's something like for us personally because of Nat's like history in Europe, I feel like we have to work for it differently, which I personally love. But I think here in the US, like I feel like anywhere we go, like it's cool going some places and people don't even know that Nat's in another band where it comes from.
Very different genre now.
So I just think that building it here has been really cool. Like in Europe, I know that we go and we have like great shows because we build a foundation there, or you build a foundation there. But here we have to kind of fight for it, and I think that's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so now the question: what's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
Oh, the weirdest thing I've eaten.
I had calamari in Spain, which was weird. I'm not a meat eater. I haven't been for most of my life. So like while that might not be weird to a lot of people, to me it really was. It looked like skinny onion rings.
I'd say frog legs was probably the weirdest.
Fritters.
Yeah, but those are good. Like frog legs, those are weird because I mean they look like frog legs. Like, and I feel like when you first start eating them, it's like, oh, this tastes good. And then about maybe two in, it's like it tastes like river.
Oh,
like the bottom of a river or something. It just, yeah, that was probably the weirdest. Is frog legs.
I've kind of wanted to try frog legs for a while. Just, I don't know.
This one is good. Like, and then after a while, it's just got this like, it's not a gamey taste. It tastes like river. I don't know how else to say.
I've heard it tastes like chicken at the start.
It does at first, yes, and it's good. But then that weird dirty river flavor gets in there. I don't know.
Unless you like drinking river water.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you like that kind of thing, it would be delicious.
Yeah.
River chicken.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of river water, but that's just my opinion.
Same. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever like drank water out of a river.
I don't think so.
But like I've been like
definitely don't do that.
Yeah, maybe not.
I've been in like creeks swimming before.
Sure.
At like parks and stuff, and like some water will get in my mouth. It doesn't taste great. But that's
you're not stoked about.
I don't think I've ever swallowed it.
No.
You get a cup of this when I'm thirsty.
Yeah, and you'd be throwing up for a week. Don't.
Yeah, probably. Get a little sick. Maybe some amoeba in there.
Yeah. Don't need any of that.
Especially in the Delaware area.
Yeah, rather not. So, do you have any crazy or funny tour stories you'd like to share?
How about the time that you woke up and somebody stole your show clothes out from outside?
Oh, that was weird. That was weird. I was in Leipzig and I hung my show clothes out on the outside of the bus, and I came out
to dry because they were
to dry because I was sweating. It wasn't even like there were people hanging out for the show still. It was after the show. People still hanging out. I hadn't gone to sleep or anything. I just like went in the bus and like maybe came out a half an hour later. They were gone. Someone had stolen my sweaty, gross tour clothes.
Maybe someone like sold them on eBay to try to make money.
I mean, but they did not smell good.
Yeah. Maybe they just like wanted, maybe they needed some new clothes or something, so they just like took them, threw them in the wash.
Some clothes, hook it up, but it was just weird. Like,
did you have to like get new show clothes?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because I mean, you want to wear sort of the same thing, you know what I mean? Because you get sweaty and gross in them all the time, so it's like it's better to have like a set of stage clothes that you can just sort of put off to the side when you're not going to wear those during the day.
Yeah.
I keep like staring at that painting, like right. It's like it looks like it's like a skull and an owl.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like an owl that's kind of like if you unzipped an owl.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
a skull and a flower growing
Yeah.
out of it.
It's cool.
Uh,
It almost looks like the like face, the bottom white
Yeah.
face thing right here. It almost looks like the skeleton's body.
oh yeah.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Here.
called Blossom of the Evening.
I'm gonna get closer so you can see it closer.
Yeah.
Blossom.
If you like squint, it kind of looks just if you squint, it looks like a skeleton.
Yeah.
It's like a skeleton with a flower on its head.
The fur coat on.
Yeah.
It's like
Fancy skeleton.
fancy
Yeah.
stuff.
So, what was your favorite movie or TV show when you were my age?
Oh.
Ooh. How old are you right now?
12.
12. Let's see. 12, I was watching 18. 18 was definitely my favorite. I don't know if you know that show.
I don't think I do.
Like,
You know, Mr.
Yeah.
T?
Mr. T,
I don't think so.
No.
Full
Weird.
Face. It was a group of ex-military folks that were what's it called? What's the word?
crime.
Vigilantes.
Oh.
Like they would get together and they'd get hired to go fight crime. But it was a little funny. It was like an action thing and a little funny, and they'd come up with these like yes, right there.
Yes.
I don't,
B.A.
I don't think I recognize him.
Nope.
I don't know.
And they come up with these weird ways to like they get into weird situations and they always find a way out of them. And I don't know, it's a cool show.
Yeah.
18 definitely.
What about you, Becky?
I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like I was a bit nerdy. I didn't watch a ton of TV. Like, I was a huge reader, but I do remember, like, I feel like the timeline is right around there. That's like when this sounds really, really nerdy. I feel like that's right. Like, when I was 12 was like when America's Funniest Home Videos came out. And like that was hilarious to me because it was just like people like you would just watch home movies of people getting hurt or like dads getting hit in the nuts with like the kid's bat or like do you remember that show at all?
What was it?
America's Funniest
Oh
Home
yeah,
Videos.
of course. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was like a thing of that on South Park, and they
Yeah,
had
yeah. I think they did too. Yeah.
and there was like an episode, and they were trying to get on it because
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to like your
South Park.
Your dad's getting hit in the nuts
yeah,
with like
that,
balls.
yeah, so, like bowling and
Yeah.
it was a lot of ball.
Yeah. South Park is like my favorite show right now. I know it's inappropriate, but it's really funny. Hey, you give me permission to watch it, so
Whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. My son Alex is 11, and that he loves some South Park episodes and Family Guy.
Yeah.
And
nice.
yeah.
I like Family Guy too. I just like South Park more.
Yeah.
It's more vintage.
Yeah.
We are bad parents.
Actually,
No.
I don't know. Wait, what's older? Is South Park or Family Guy older? I feel like they're like
South
Is
Park.
there-
South Park. Yeah, South Park.
okay. I thought Family Guy was also like the late 90s.
It was like
Okay.
when if you're thinking about like sort of like irreverent cartoons, it was The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
South Park, then Family Guy, sort of.
Yeah.
consistent.
So, I think The Simpsons is the least vulgar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but at the time, it was insane. Like I remember when it came out,
Yeah.
and my parents was like, "I don't know if you're allowed to watch this."
Yeah. South Park was 97, Family Guy was 99. So they were like right in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they were 2 years apart.
Up a little bit. Yeah.
Simpsons,
And were The Simpsons?
89.
80s.
Oh, okay. So 10 years before Family Guy and 8 before South Park, I think. Yeah. All right. Well, if you could choose to be any animal for one day did you answer what your favorite movie is? Yeah, America's Home Movies. I can't.
TV.
I'm super tired right now.
All right.
If you could be any animal for one day with the promise of not getting eaten by another animal, what would you choose?
I love the caveat.
Yeah, I know.
You're
But
not
I
gonna
did. Cat.
I would be a whale.
Yeah.
Like a beluga whale.
Yeah. A cat.
I would
Just-
eat you.
But you can't.
Well,
That's the caveat. You can't eat me.
We're also in different.
Yeah, wildly different. The cat's not going to be in the ocean.
If you're swimming in the ocean.
Would you want to be like a wild cat or a house cat?
House cat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on.
I think
I don't want to do anything
Sure.
like
Sure.
toward her own food.
I think being a house cat would be awesome because whenever you have a cat in your house, they're just the boss of the house always.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I saw this funny like meme thing. It was like dogs be like, this person gives me water, food, all that. They must be God. And cats are like, this person gives me food, water, everything. I must be God.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
We have a cat. She loves attacking me.
Yeah. I have a very old cat named Emmy, and all she does is stand around and scream at me until I figure out what she wants.
I mean, I think part of the reason that our cat attacks me is because she is like a year old, and I think since she doesn't, they usually like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they usually like kind of fight other cats, almost like kind of like play fight. So I think she kind of just thinks I'm another bigger cat.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe hopefully she'll grow out of it because
Yeah.
she's cut me. It's very like, yeah, I've had scars for like a
You're
week.
not that innocent.
Well, I don't like. I'll go up to her and pet her, but
He
then
messes
she'll like.
with her.
I don't mess with her. I pet her once, and then she'll tell me no, and I'll go
Okay,
away.
continue.
I'll pet her, and then she'll like attack me.
Well, that's what they do. They're like, pet me, pet me. No.
Yeah,
Pet.
that's what happens because I'll
Yeah.
like sit on the ground or something. She'll be in a completely different room. She'll walk up to me, acting like she'll like flop on her back and be like, rub my belly. And then once I do, she grabs my hand and starts biting it.
That's the trap. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
It's like she wants to be like attacking me.
Yeah.
She's showing dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little mean to me.
Mm.
So, if you could tell your 12-year-old selves anything at all, what would you tell them?
Oh, you're gonna get a lot cooler, I promise.
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Promise.
Mhm.
Literally, that's what I would tell myself.
Ugh.
You didn't get much cooler, but
No, I would. My answers for that period in my life would be way too heavy at this moment. Like, 13 was probably the worst year of my life. So, and 12 wasn't much better. I'll take a rain check on that question. That's a hard one. That's a difficult.
Well, anything to add before we wrap it up?
This one. What's that?
Anything to add before we wrap it up?
No, I just I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome when people want to hear what we have to say and want to get our music out to other people, and I hope people check it out and they love it.
Nice.
NB. Like,
I appreciate both of you doing this, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So,
Mom.
so thanks to Becky and Nat for joining me today. Thanks to all you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye.
Bye.
Bye.